My guy.
God is good.
All the time, man. What's good with
So,
you?
let me ask you this. You're the guest, right? But I want you to navigate the conversation. You want to talk? You want to talk about battle rap first? Where you want to go? I'll let you set up where you
Oh, we
want
can
to go.
talk. We can talk Pat first, man. We can definitely talk Pat first.
Do you remember the last time you was on here and Pat was in the comments heckling us?
Yep. Sure was. Always, man. Always with the eggplant emoji. Always, every time, man. Classic Pat, bro. Classic Pat. Jump in the chat. You know, I done like a few like Christian organizations will go live with me and they'll do interviews, you know, and there'll be like 8 or 9 people in the chat, you know, and it'll be like a church and they're asking me questions and I'll look down because I'm live and Pat Stay will be in the chat still hitting with the eggplant, you know, and so so he would pop in regardless if he was talking to somebody about the Lord or battle rap or whatever, man, and he would just just being
Oh,
Pat, man, bring a smile to your face, man.
Ward, what's your interactions with him throughout your career? You battled King of the Dot, I'm pretty sure.
Hmm.
What's your interactions with him throughout the years, though?
Yeah, you know, I met him. He hosted my first battle ever there against Franchise. You know, him and Sharon were there, and they hosted it. And you know, I met him that day, and I knew of Pat Say, but I never met him before. You know, kind of intimidating, big guy, whatever. But over that like that next year, I really feel like the transformation in his life was happening. You know, with obviously the situation with his mother, and I think he was at that time maybe he was getting ready to have his first son, or they found out they were pregnant and stuff, and you just kind of saw the growth, and just a lot. And so when he battled Averb on RBE.
RB,
I
yeah.
was out there, you know, we were at the hotel together. We sat down, had great talks, you know. He reached out to us, like me and Loso and some other guys, you know, and just different times, and we just had great talks, man. And he would always, every battle, man, every battle, he'd always DM me after every battle, like, man, just keep doing what you're doing, keep doing what you're doing, you're incredible, you know. And then he would make jokes. I made a post on Twitter, you know, he's like, man, I figured out how I'm gonna beat you. He's like, you laugh like a hyena. He was like, I'm gonna create a whole a collage of like these hyena noises, and then like clip down all of these times I've heard you laugh, you know. And it's just real unique stuff like that. But for the most part, man, he was just always very direct, very encouraging. You know, of course, I went back and I was like looking through some of the Twitter exchanges, and he's always just like, yo, A Ward, Danny Myers, these guys are like, you know, and just so,
Yeah.
I mean, man, you can't say enough about him. So,
How was it seeing him live though, Ward? When you watching him live and battling, what is it for your battle rapper? What do you when you watch him? What is it for you?
yeah, man, there's just I would say I molded my style after him, but he's like a battler that I always wanted to be like. You don't know how you're gonna lose. Was he gonna like moonwalk on you, or was he gonna like, you know, joke on you, or was he going to, you know, have a whatever, you know? And
Right.
so like he's so well rounded and versatile, you know, and you just have no clue. He's such a tool belt of a battler. And then in stature, you just see him standing up there, and he's just so much bigger than his opponents and stuff, and the aura about him. And then also just kind of like seeing like, just the prep, you know, going in like the nights before battles that I was on cards with him, you know, him just going over bars, and he's in the same boat as all of us, you know, like I'm trying to get my third together, I'm trying to get that together, but it always would come together. And he just loved battle rap, man. He wasn't the guy that stayed in his hotel room until he battled and then went, you know, and jumped on and left. You know, he was the guy that hung around and, you know, talked with, you know, the fans and took pictures and did all of that kind of stuff, man. You just couldn't say enough about him. And he just gave me countless advice and just different things like that I'll forever hold on to.
You guys ever had a conversation about squaring up? Was there ever a conversation?
Man, I've gone on record a lot of times and said, like, you know, the one person I don't think I could beat is Pat Stay. You know, like I've said that multiple times, you know, and he responded. He said, it's funny because I don't think I could beat you either, you know, and you know, if it had made sense, yet, you know, I'm sure that, you know, he would have definitely, you know, he looked at me as a professional, and, you know, I'd have been up for the challenge as well. But it never did get locked in. Nothing ever came across my desk or anything like that. But for the most part, man, he's just a peer, a friend, a professional, and just somebody that you want to model everything about, you know, as far as, you know, professionalism and how he approached the stage. And then off stage, you know, when you're looking at like, you know, like I said, that transformation, you know, sometimes you're just seeing it from Instagram, or you're seeing pictures, you're seeing him and his son, best friends, his, you know, his lady, you know, the daughter. There's just, you could just kind of tell the warmth and the growth that was going on in his life as a man. And then you hear things like, you know, the Tay Rock audio message that he sent Tay, and just different things, man. And so, I mean, just, man, love that guy. Love that guy. Such a terrible thing.
What do you think about all the love that he's getting through the culture? Not even wrestling. AEW had a wrestling match and somebody had an RIP Pat stateside. I think WWF last night said on the telecast. They mentioned his name. This guy, like, how, you know what I mean?
Yeah, it's a testament to like the countless hours of entertainment that he provides people that you might not even know that there's plenty of people, celebrities, artists, athletes, whatever it may be, that when they get done, rapping or playing football or basketball or whatever, and they get on that plane, they don't want nothing to do with sports, man. They turn on battle rap, and it's just a testament to like just how an incredible talent he was. And people gravitate to people's personalities, and people gravitate to that kind of stuff outside of the bars too. And I think people saw him as just smiling, just a nice guy, a nice guy. So yeah, I think that's a testament to what it is. People feel very comfortable shouting him out on the highest platforms in life and saying, RIP, man, and just giving him those props because they know that, that he was what he was,
A lot of conversation in the last couple of days with Warner. Let me get your take on this. You are one of the best battle rappers out here. That us as fans, whether it's bloggers, I'm a fan anyway, the culture itself, we should show more love to battle rappers before they time and let them know, give them their flowers while they're here. Do you feel that we do that as enough as a culture?
I feel like there's always room for growth in that. I don't think we fail at it miserably. I think we do a good job. I don't think you're ever gonna. I mean, you're always going to get more love after you pass away. I mean, if you're someone that was held in high regards as a person and as a talent. It's just the facts, because when something happens and you pass, like, everybody's thinking about what I could have said, in the hustle and bustle of my life or what it might be. So I understand that there's going to be a gap between, while you're here and there. I do think that, that for the most part, like in our community, if you get outside of like the battle rap storylines of like, oh, you suck, I'll smoke you type stuff, for the most part, you have a lot of peers. Danny Myers is really one of the goats of it, of always giving out their flowers,
genuine dude.
Yeah. Tay Rock does the same thing. I try to do some of it, and I do think, amongst our community, we are good at saying those things, but you can always be better. You can always be better. I try to just shoot random guys text messages, once or twice a month. Just, hey man, I'm proud of you. As much as I can remember to, you know what I mean? When I'm thinking about it, just because like the thought is always cool in your head, but then it immediately leaves and then you're on to doing something else or whatever, and I want to be known as one of those guys that like, hey, I get a text message from Ace Amin every now and then that says, bro, you're the greatest in the world, man. Keep doing what you're doing. You know what I mean? And those things really mean a lot to me,
17 battles in 8 months?